2009 Russian Championship bronze medalist and coach Katerina Gerbolt believes the return of Kamila Valieva and Alexandra TRUSOVA to the sport will be an intriguing battle. Each of these athletes is unique in any case. It will be a very interesting comeback and a very interesting battle. They are both special athletes, in my opinion as a coach. To miss so much time and then return, and Sasha even managed to give birth, that's no easy feat. These are unique athletes who can continue to skate at this level very brightly and very well, Gerbolt said. She also expressed confidence in the strength of the Russian team heading into their return to the international arena. In pair skating, we probably still have two undisputed leaders, Anastasia Mishina and Alexander Galyamov, and Alexandra Boykova and Dmitry Kozlovsky. In ice dancing, the undisputed leaders are also Alexandra Stepanova and Ivan Bukin. As for the girls, the top 5, maybe even more, are absolutely competitive on the international stage. The single skaters have improved a lot since we last competed, and there was also a huge competition at the Russian Championships to make the national team. Everyone knows where these guys are from, and one way or another, they will defend the honor of our country. We have a very strong team. I'm sure all the girls are worthy and will cope, especially with the psychological aspect, Gerbolt was quoted as saying by Championship. Alexander Enbert, Valieva and TRUSOVA are doing an incredible job for figure skating. They're bringing back quadruple jumps after maturing, after they've already become serious athletes. It used to seem like you jump quads as a kid, then you reach the senior level. You can't jump quads anymore, and you lose out to the new young athletes who can do them. Now the girls are proving that you can jump quads even as adults, and they can do it very well. I can't say whose return I'm most looking forward to. They're both taking a very important step for figure skating. It doesn't matter whether one of them wins or whether someone from the new generation wins. That's not important yet. What's important is that people are starting to think that something like this is possible. It's like a quadruple axel. And athletes now, when they're training for this jump, they already have it in mind. If they can't do it now, they'll get it in 6 months, because it's possible. Like Vladislav Dekidze. When Ilya Malinin landed a quadruple axel, Vlad did it a couple of months later. It's as if a barrier has been removed. I'm looking forward to the return of Kamila and Alexandra, because it's very important for figure skating, Enbert said. Elena Leonova, it will be easier for our athletes on the international stage than at domestic competitions. The attention will definitely not diminish. I think it will be even greater. I think that, in addition to Russian fans, international fans will also be joining the screens. Everyone was waiting, everyone was eager for this return, and in my opinion, this will only contribute to the popularity of the sport worldwide. As for whether these competitions will become less competitive, I don't think so. We have very serious competition, but on the world stage, after all these years, the level will be roughly the same. I feel like our athletes will have an easier time on the international stage than at home competitions, Leonova said. The former athlete also commented on the return of Kamila Valieva and Alexandra TRUSOVA. These are completely different situations, but their comebacks promise to be spectacular. I wouldn't single anyone out, I just want to see how it goes. I know that both are preparing and working hard. I bow low to both of them for what they're doing and for continuing to delight us with their presence at competitions, Leonova was quoted as saying by Championship. It's hard to say anything about Adelia Petrosian because it's not yet clear where she plans to skate. It's also hard to say whether we'll see her or not. We don't know whether she's preparing or not. Perhaps after a difficult Olympic season, she deserves a break and then, with renewed vigor, shows her true colors under a new coaching staff, Leonova said. Almost 3 weeks have passed since Adelia Petrosian's high-profile departure from Itari Tutberidze's group, and the 3-time Russian champion's future in sports remains uncertain. The skater still lacks a new coach, has no completed programs, and the time before the competition is dwindling. Petrosian, after Tutberidze, remains a mystery. Adelia's recent actions are alarming. She's developing a personal brand instead of new programs. The season has de facto already begun. The first stage of the Challenger Series has kicked off in the United States, and only a month and a half remains until the test skates for the main Russian team. In the upcoming campaign, Russian skaters have been allowed back onto the international stage, but will we see Adelia there? Following her departure from Tutberidze's coaching staff, and reports that the 19-year-old athlete has no intention of retiring, it was logical to expect a quick announcement about a new coach. However, nothing concrete has been announced yet. Moreover, according to the latest information, Petrosian herself is not rushing the search and intends to fully heal her injured hip before returning to full training. The lack of a new coach is just the tip of the iceberg. With her departure from Tutberidze, Petrosian has lost both top-class specialists and the entire well-established training system that had yielded results for years. In recent seasons, Adelia was Krustelny's star, and the lion's share of the team's resources were directed toward her. Now all that is in the past. Tutberidze's coaching staff is currently focused on the returning Alexandra TRUSOVA Ignatova, while Petrosian is searching for the best option for herself. The question is whether she can find conditions comparable to those she had before. Perhaps this is why Petrosian is in no rush to choose a new team. And while sport is on hold, the figure skater is focusing on other areas. In August, her manager Nina Ponomareva announced the start of an exclusive partnership with Petrosian. Ponomareva's experience working with athletes is limited to renowned gymnasts Arina and Dina Averina, while the bulk of her client base consists of show business representatives. After retiring from their athletic careers, the Averina sisters continue to be active in the media, giving interviews, participating in reality shows, and attending sporting and social events. Collaborating with Ponomareva suggests that Petrosian will now devote much more attention to developing her personal brand, and not after retiring, but in parallel with her athletic career. After leaving Tutberidze's group, she has significantly more opportunities to independently cultivate her public image. By this point, Adelia has already established herself as a standalone star of Russian figure skating, not just a student at the renowned coaching staff, so this move seems entirely logical. According to Match TV, one of the main criteria in choosing a new coach for Petrosian is the ability to continue working in Moscow. This is important from a logistical standpoint and will ultimately allow her to combine training with her studies at GITIS and her growing media presence. Adelia intends to maintain a clear separation between these areas. The coach should be solely responsible for athletic performance, while the PR manager will be responsible for developing her personal brand and working in the media space. This model is unusual for Russian figure skating, but it is a fairly common practice in international sports. Time will tell how effectively it will work for Petrosian. Naturally, fans are primarily interested in the athletic aspect, and for now, the lack of comprehensive information about the skater's future only heightens concerns. One gets the impression that she may not miss the upcoming season entirely, but may enter it much later than her rivals. Petrosian's neutral status with the International Skating Union ISU has already been approved, though few doubted it. A similar permit, which allowed her to compete first in qualifying competitions and then at the Olympic Games, was obtained under even stricter eligibility criteria. As the leader of the Russian national team and the only Russian figure skater to compete at World Championships last season, Petrosian has a better chance of rapidly advancing through Category E tournaments to the ISU Grand Prix Series and the season's main competitions. The question is how she will manage this and who will accompany her along the way.